Shalom, my friends. Today, we venture into the heart of Jewish mysticism, into the Pardes, the hidden orchard of the Torah. I am about to reveal a verse, a single line from the Torah, that has been guarded by Kabbalists for centuries. It is a verse so powerful, so potent with creative energy, that it is considered the master key for calling forth financial breakthroughs from the higher worlds. This is not a prayer of asking, it is a code of activation. It is the spiritual equivalent of speaking a command into the quantum field and watching reality rearrange itself to obey. But first, a question. Have you ever had a moment where you felt you were on the verge of a massive breakthrough, but it just wouldn't materialize? You could feel it, taste it, but it remained just out of reach. Describe that feeling in the comments below. What did that breakthrough look like? Your words will prime the universe for what is to come. Before we unlock this sacred verse, I need you to join our mission to restore this ancient power to the world. We are on a mission to reach 50,000 subscribers, to create a global community that understands we are not beggars at the door of heaven, but partners with its King. If you are ready to become a partner in creation, then do your part. Hit that subscribe button right now. Join this sacred family, this mishpacha. And listen, for those of you who are ready to learn the entire language of creation, I have something extraordinary. I have opened enrollment for the Torah Millionaire Business School, but I must warn you, it is closing very soon. For just $299, I will unveil the full Torah wealth system, the 3,000-year-old operating system for reality itself. This is not just one verse, it is the entire code. The link is in the comments below. If you feel the call, do not wait. When the door closes, it closes. Now, listen closely. The world teaches you to pursue wealth through physical effort alone. It tells you to grind, to hustle, to outwork the competition. And while effort is necessary, it is only one wing of the bird. The other wing, the wing that allows you to soar into the heavens of true abundance, is spiritual technology. The world is trying to fly with one wing, flapping furiously but never leaving the ground. It is a life of exhausting effort with minimal results. You are working in the 1% of reality, the physical world, while ignoring the 99% of reality, the spiritual worlds where all things are first created. I lived this one-winged life for years. I was the king of the grind. 18-hour days were my norm. I built a successful business, but it was a constant, brutal fight. For every step forward, it felt like I was pushing against a hurricane-force wind. I made millions, but I was spiritually and physically bankrupt. I remember one night, after closing a huge deal, I was sitting in my office at 3 a.m., looking at a bank statement with more money than I had ever dreamed of. And I felt nothing, just a profound, hollow emptiness. I had won the battle, but I felt like I was losing the war. I had the treasure, but I had lost the map to the kingdom. Here is the fundamental problem, the common enemy. You're trying to build a new reality using the old tools of a limited world. You're trying to manifest abundance from a consciousness that does not understand the mechanics of creation. You are like a man trying to build a computer with a hammer and a saw. You can be the best carpenter in the world, but you will never build a computer. You are using the wrong tools because you have the wrong blueprint.
The world's blueprint says, reality is fixed. You must fight for your small piece of it. The Torah's blueprint says, reality is fluid. You can create new realities with the power of your consciousness. The hidden mechanism is one of the deepest secrets of Kabbalah, the concept of tzimtzum, or divine contraction. The Kabbalists teach that in the beginning, the infinite light of God, the Or Ein Sof, filled all of reality. There was no room for anything else to exist. In order to create the world, God had to perform an act of tzimtzum. He had to contract his infinite light, creating a conceptual, empty space in which a finite world could come into being. But here is the secret. That empty space is not truly empty. It is filled with the residue of the divine light, the Reshimu. This is the spiritual DNA, the raw potential from which all of creation is formed. And the tools to shape that raw potential, to turn it from potential into reality, are the holy letters of the Hebrew alphabet, the Otiot. The letters are the codes. The verses of the Torah are the programs. The cost of not knowing this is a life of frustration. It is the feeling of being a victim of circumstances. It is the belief that your reality is something that happens to you, rather than something that flows from you. You are living in the matrix, but you don't know that you are the one who can write the code. You are a king who believes he is a pauper, a creator who believes he is a creature of chance. This is the greatest tragedy of human existence. Now, let me reveal the verse. This is a verse that was taught to me by my own Kabbalistic master in the old city of Jerusalem, a man who seemed to live in a different reality than the rest of us. He told me, this verse is not a prayer, it is a key. It unlocks the creative matrix of the universe. The verse comes from the book of Genesis, from the story of creation itself. It is Genesis 1, verse 3. Vayomer Elokim, Yehi Or, Vayehi Or. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. I know what you are thinking. That's it? That's the secret verse? To the outside world, this is a simple historical statement. But to the Kabbalist, this is the most powerful creative formula in the universe. It is the source code of all manifestation. Let's break it down. Vayomer Elokim. And God said, this is the principle of declaration. God did not ask for light. He did not hope for light. He spoke it into existence as a settled fact. The word Elokim is the name of God associated with judgment, din, and the laws of nature. This means that the act of creation is not a violation of the laws of nature. It is the establishment of them. You are not trying to break the rules. You are using the rules. Yehi Or, let there be light. This is the core of the technology. The Hebrew is not create light. It is Yehi Or, which literally means light be. It is a direct command to reality itself. It is speaking to the potential, the Reshimu, and commanding it to manifest. The word or, light, in Kabbalah is not just physical light. It is the code word for Shefa, divine abundance, wisdom, clarity, and blessing. When you say Yehi Or, you are not asking for a light bulb to turn on. You are commanding all forms of spiritual and physical abundance to come into being in your life. Vayehi Or, and there was light. This is the confirmation. It is the universe responding, yes, sir. It is the seal on the transaction. The structure of the verse is command, manifestation. There is no gap. There is no delay. The moment the command is spoken with absolute faith, the reality is already formed. My master taught me this after I had that hollow feeling in my office at 3 a.m. I told him I had achieved everything I wanted, but I felt empty and stuck. He looked at me and said, "You have been building with a hammer. Now I will teach you to build with light." He made me recite this verse, Yehi Or, Vayehi Or, 101 times every morning for 40 days. Not as a mindless mantra, but as a deep meditative practice. I had to feel the reality of the words. I had to become the one who was speaking light into existence. For the first few weeks, it felt foolish. My ego was screaming, "This is ridiculous. You should be on the phone making deals." But I persisted. And then something began to shift. It was not a lightning bolt. It was a subtle change in my own consciousness. The feeling of struggle, of pushing against the wind, began to dissolve. The frantic energy was replaced by a calm, quiet power. And then the miracles started. A deal I had given up on suddenly came back to life. A new, brilliant idea for a business came to me, not in a frantic brainstorming session, but in the quiet of my morning meditation. It felt like I had stopped swimming and started floating on a powerful, invisible current. I was no longer building with a hammer. I was building with light. Now, let me give you the practical protocol for using this divine key. The 40-day Light Activation Protocol. For the next 40 days, you will perform this ritual every morning before you do anything else. Step 1. The preparation. Find a quiet place. Sit down, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. Your goal is to move from the frantic energy of the world to the calm, creative space of the soul. Visualize the Or Ein Sof, the infinite light of God, surrounding you. Step 2. The declaration. Now, recite the creative phrase Yehi Or, Vayehi Or out loud. Do not shout it. Do not whisper it. Say it with the calm, confident authority of a king giving a command. As you say it, do not think of a light bulb. Think of the specific light you need to call forth in your life right now. Is it the light of a financial opportunity? The light of a solution to a debt problem? The light of a brilliant business idea? See that specific light flooding into your reality. Step 3. the integration. After you have recited the verse, do not just jump up and start your day. Sit in silence for a few minutes and feel the new reality. Feel the gratitude of the breakthrough already having occurred. Feel the peace of the problem already being solved. You must align your emotional state with the reality you have just declared. This is the most crucial step. Your feeling is the magnet that draws the manifestation from the spiritual realm into the physical. This is not a magic trick. It is a deep rewiring of your consciousness. It is a shift from being a reactor to being a creator. It is the most advanced spiritual technology known to man, and it has been hidden in plain sight for 3,500 years. I am not giving you a challenge today. I am giving you an inheritance. This is your birthright as a child of the Creator. It is time to claim it. Here are 3 immediate actions to begin. 1. Write the verse, Yehi Or, Vayehi Or, on a card and place it where you will see it first thing in the morning. 2. Tonight, before you sleep, decide what specific light you will call forth in your first activation tomorrow morning. Be specific. 3. When you perform the protocol tomorrow, pay close attention to the feeling of resistance from your ego. Your ego will tell you it is silly. That is a sign that it is working. Your ego is the guardian of your old, limited reality. By performing this protocol, you are serving it notice that its reign is over. Remember the promise. You were not created to struggle. You were not created to lack. You were created in the image of a creator, and your native language is creation itself. This verse is the key to remembering that language. It is the key to unlocking the power that has been dormant within you since the dawn of time. As the Zohar, the foundational text of Kabbalah, teaches, the worlds were created with the letters of the Torah. You are not just reading a book, you are accessing the source code of reality. It is time to stop being a user and start being a programmer. Shalom, and may you be blessed with the courage to speak light into your own darkness. The faith to know that when you speak, reality listens. And the profound joy of watching your world transform from a place of struggle into a masterpiece of light. Amen.